What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of The Winning Shot. I'm your boy Zach. Joined with me, John.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
man, we're gonna be talking about women's basketball. We had some exciting games this past weekend. We got some exciting games going on right now tonight and then tomorrow night. So we're gonna dive into it. How you doing, man?
Man, I can't complain, brother. Just making it through, going through some fast right now, brother, in this month of January. So if y'all know the words of prayer, keep me in your prayers out there with this fasting, man. I'm just trying to keep it on. But I tell you what, these sports that keep me on the up and up is keeping my mind off of what I can't do. And I was watching these young ladies, more specifically, with this college basketball, watching what they can do. Because these women this season, these young women have been hooping. I ain't gonna hold you. I've seen some very good games in the young season here. So I'm excited to get to it tonight and talk about it, and we're gonna lock right in.
Yeah, like you said, man, it's been some great action. We definitely gonna be praying for you with the fast, man, going through the month. But starting off Sunday, man, some of the games that took place. We had Notre Dame versus North Carolina. That was a big matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Olivia Miles, Hannah Hidalgo, they showed up and showed out yet again.
Dogs,
Dogs,
straight
absolute
dogs.
dogs. So they got the win over North Carolina 76-66.
Yeah,
They also got back Maddie Westbelt, one of their bigs from last year. So it's starting to get a
it's
little bit
scary.
scary for Notre
It's
Dame.
getting scary.
Starting to get scary. So she didn't score in that game, but I'm sure she'll pick it up next game.
Yeah.
And then big news: South Carolina, they left Mississippi State with a win. They also left with Ashlyn Watkins with a knee injury. She went down and found out later in the week that she tore her ACL. Um, what are your thoughts on the injury for the
Yeah.
Gamecocks and for Ashlyn Watkins?
For sure. Before we touch on that, I want to go back to that Notre Dame and UNC game, bro. I want to say with Deja Kelly transferring to Oregon, I really am shocked to see that UNC is really still hooping like this. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Deja was the lifeblood of UNC last year. And she was, but to see them kind of stay in contention, they're 13-3 currently. And so I mean, everybody loses Notre Dame. I mean, Notre Dame just like that. But to see them girls only lose by 10 for real, when I thought it honestly would have been a blowout, it's kind of a testament to the kind of girls they got right now on this roster. And I ain't gonna lie, I haven't paid too much attention to them because Deja left. So I was like, they're not gonna be too much. But to see them where they are right now, I'm gonna tap back in with them for sure and see what they hold for the rest of the season. But yeah, like I said, back to your question with Ashlyn, man. I was talking to my boss today because she's a huge USC fan. I was like, USC women's basketball has thrived for the past since 17 when Asia was there off their bigs. You know what I'm saying? Like you think of USC, you're thinking bigs, you're thinking dominant women who are over 6 foot, over 6'3", more than likely, hooping. You know what I'm saying? Leading that team. Like that guard play has never really been like their strong suit. And so now that Ashlyn's gone down, it's gonna be really interesting because this year she was a focal point. You know what I'm saying? Once again, because they've been dominated by those bigs of Asia and Leah Boston and last year Camila Cardoza. You know what I'm saying? Like that they relied on that play of those bigs to kind of give him energy, keep him going. Now, don't get me wrong. Last year they definitely had guard play with Pow Pow and Raven Johnson. So those girls have definitely stepped up the guard play at USC. But now that Ashlyn's gone down, it's really going to be reliant on Chloe Kitts to step up. She's 6'3". She's going to step in on that guard role. And then the freshman, man, I just told you about this, Joyce Edwards, if I'm not mistaken. Freshman, man, she's going to lock in. I know she was kind of taking this time. I know she's studying engineering. I know she's kind of taking this year to kind of lock in and kind of maybe learn some things from Ashlyn, learn some things from Chloe, and then take over next year. But young lady, the time is now. And you were recruited to be great. Dawn don't recruit nobody to not be great at USC. So it's time to show it. She was hooping in high school, if I'm not mistaken, before she came here. Really, really good. So, man, it's time to make that quick transition. You don't have the opportunity to kind of have a slow grind transition. You got to lock straight back in. So it's been really interesting to see who steps up and takes that place as the now quote unquote almost enforcer, because that's kind of what Ashlyn was playing. I feel like there are other bigs. Chloe's big, but I don't know if she played really an enforcer role for UNC. So it's really going to be interesting to see who steps up overall and then who plays that kind of enforcer role now, because they're going to need still a big. There's still bigs around the country that they're going to have to go up against, especially coming up tournament time in a few months and conference play that they're going to have to run into. So,
yeah, and they already saw one of them in Lauren Betts when they played
yeah.
UCLA. She's 6'7".
Yeah.
So,
Not
yeah.
fake.
But like you said, Joyce Edwards, she had 10 points against Mississippi State the other day. So she's definitely going to be one of those players that has to step up. And like you mentioned, the guard play, I think that's going to be the difference as well. Like, it might not necessarily be a big, but anybody on this South Carolina team can light you up and go off any night.
That's
so
fact.
The other day it was Tessa Johnson. She had 22. She was shooting that ball.
The air out the ball.
She was shooting that ball the other day. So we're gonna see, man. I think it's gonna be a definitely a team effort. But like you said, Chloe Kitts, Sanaya Fagan, and Joyce Edwards are definitely gonna be the bigs that they're gonna be looking to go to moving forward. And they have a tough little stretch. We'll get into that a little bit later coming up. But yeah. And then the other little injury update was Paige Becker's. She got her leg ran into, like folded up, kind of like football wise. She ended up having a knee sprain. So not too serious. Definitely not out for the rest of the season. She probably missed the game. I don't think she played tonight when they played.
Okay.
So I think she'll probably miss a couple of games, like nothing too crazy. But what do you think about her injury? What do you think about UConn and what they have?
Yeah, man. I mean, they've been reliant on Paige, especially the past year. They need her. They need her to win. I'll tell you that right now. Now, don't get me wrong. Isaiah Flood, I think she's back for hooping for UConn too right now. So they need both of them. They need both of them for sure. But I'm glad it's not a serious injury. I'm glad that she'll be able to come back for them because, like I said, down the stretch, as start getting in the conference play here in January and February, they're going to definitely need her to come in, lock in, and help them win the conference, and then take it to tournament time. So I'm glad that they're, even if she is not trying to rush back or anything like that, she needs it. She needs to be there. She needs to help the team. Like I said, tonight, like you said, Flood had 23. So, I mean, they got people that can lead them. I mean, it was just Xavier tonight. So, like I said, saving her for now for conference play. I think I'm looking at their schedule. They're good really for the rest of the month in regards to the talent that they'll be playing against. It's not really until February again when they start having like some big matchups. They got USC next month in February. They got Tennessee. So that's when they really need Paige. So right now, I think they're good with letting her rest, letting her get her what she needs. We know what she is. She's a certified bucket. She doesn't have really anything left to prove on the college level. So it's really just her just continuing to hoop now. So I think she should get her rest and come back when she's good and healthy, personally.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people have been talking about too. Like with them being in the Big East, not really a lot of you should run through that conference.
Yeah,
they were saying like a lot of the young players a good experience playing against some of these Big East teams. But like you said, they do have a tough little stretch coming up in February, so we'll see. I think Sarah Strong is also going to be key. That freshman.
I'm sorry, Sarah. My bad, Sarah. She's a bucket. You heard it here first. Sarah Strong is a bucket. It's a lot of young women that's hooping right now. That's what I'm saying. There's so many of them that's hooping right now. I'm like, dang, she is out there. But yes, Sarah Strong is also a bucket. So yes, that's another reason Paige can rest is because they got Fudd and they got Miss Sarah Strong, and that's really the only two you need to keep it as band with you. To hold down the fort till Paige get back. Yeah. Ooh, tournament time will be great. Oh, I can't wait.
Crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Wait, man. I know we got a little bit to go, so I'm not gonna get too ahead of myself. I know we got something to talk about.
And then going back to Sunday's games, one of the star players, we had a big matchup on our hands. We had Juju Watkins and USC going up against Rutgers, but freshman sensation, aka the product, Kiyomi McMiller, took to social media saying that her coach wasn't going to allow her to play. That was big news. Tell me your thoughts on that whole situation. From what we know, at least.
Yeah, I mean, from what we know, bro, I mean, the young lady had been playing all the games, I feel like, leading up to this game. And I don't think that the product ever gave us a reason of why she didn't play. And I don't think her coach ever came out and said why she didn't play. I don't think. The only thing that I saw was that USC said that they were ready for her if she did play. So my personal thing with her taking everything to social media and kind of just blowing. She was really just upset that she didn't really get to showcase her talent against a top team in the country. Like I said, we don't know the reasoning, and I don't think it has been released. I haven't seen anything. I don't know if you have. I haven't seen anything about why she didn't play. But I know me you kind of talk off air about just looking at her stats and looking at her as a player. Like, she was ranting and raving, bro. Like, she was like, don't get me wrong. I think she's a bucket from the games that she's played, but like, I don't know if she's like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least she hasn't proven that, because if I'm not mistaken, Rutgers is like 8-7, 8-8, something like that. And so the record doesn't really reflect her being who she was on social media. No, don't get me wrong. The young lady can hoop. I'm gonna say it again. Miss Miller can hoop. She can hoop. But I think she was ranting and raving because she didn't get the opportunity to showcase it. And she has against other top teams that they played. Let me go pull up their schedule again if I'm not mistaken. They played a couple other top teams this season that she had an opportunity to hoop against. I'm trying to pull it up.
Maryland.
Yep. They played against Maryland.
Ohio State.
Yep. And so when I look at those games, I look at the young lady who, she was up here. She had 14 against Maryland, 14 against Ohio State. She hoops best against schools that are not necessarily top in the country. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at Georgia Southern. She had 25. She had 30 against, who is this? Fair Dixon. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she was really crying and ranting and raving on social media. I was just like, young lady, first of all, you made this decision to come here to Rutgers. And that was another big thing. She was talking about how she wasn't recruited to Maryland. And she's from Maryland. She wasn't recruited to USC. I think she wanted to go to USC. So, like, she was recruited to the bigger schools. And so to see her now kind of just in this way, it's almost like, I wonder why you weren't recruited to these schools. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a hooper, Don will come find you. You know what I'm saying? Your home state, your home Maryland, who went to go get Angel Reese whenever she was out of Maryland, out of Baltimore, came to get her early on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a hooper in your own state, most of the time you're gonna have those offers. You know what I'm saying? So it's intriguing why you didn't get that offer, or you didn't commit to those schools, didn't go to these schools. So I wish her all the best. She was, reposting things about transferring and things like that. So I don't know what she's gonna do for the rest of the season. I think that she'll wind up coming back and hooping, because the way that sports are set up, specifically for women right now in college. I think she has NIL, but you can't. You have your brand matters. Your brand matters a lot. So you tarnish that in this year as a freshman. Right. I don't know what you plan to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen a lot of these young kids fumble their bag, and I hate for her to be one of them because of this situation. I think you have to kind of take it as a coaching moment. Say whatever the case was, let's get it fixed so it doesn't happen again. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to continue to miss key matchups. You know what I'm saying? You showcase your talent. Whether you decide to stay or leave, you should kind of want your character to be spoken for. Either way. So that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, so her dad came out and said that they aren't looking to transfer or whatever. So, and then I think the coach also came out and was like, we're trying to develop women. It was like internal, like locker room situation or whatever that happened. But yeah, like you said, you don't want her to tarnish her character, her reputation, because if she was looking to transfer potentially, if I'm a coach, I don't want to have to deal with that.
Exactly.
You're going to run the social media and just post whatever you want to post and repost whatever you want to post. When something don't go your way, like, come on, dog. Like, yeah. And like you said, your brand matters. And I think she noticed that and she understands that. So we'll see. I think, like you said, I think she'll come back and continue to get buckets because they don't really have too much of talent around her. They are, I think Destiny Adams is the only other player around her. But we'll see. I don't see Rutgers, making the tournament or anything.
Yeah,
not this year at least. So we'll see.
Most definitely.
She's definitely a talented player, but we'll see.
And then right now, she is not playing again tonight against Minnesota. They're getting blown out again, and she's still not playing. So I don't know, man.
What are your thoughts on that, though? So, like,
that's what I'm saying.
She doesn't play, and they keep getting blown out.
But my thing is this: even when she has played, their record's 8-7. So if these are the only 2 games that she hasn't played, then that means she's been a part of those other 6 losses that they had before they lost Sunday to Maryland. So you've been a part of the problem. And once again, I saw the Ohio State part. So she only had 14 against them, right? So I mean, I don't know. I'm really intrigued to see like why she's not playing. Especially if I'm your best player, all right. 2 games is a lot. You know what I'm saying? What's going on for real in the locker room now? I'm not hooping. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's interesting. They got a game against Michigan State. They got 3 top 25 matchups back to back to back. Michigan State, Michigan, and UCLA. UCLA is number 1 in the country on Thursday, the 23rd. They play Michigan on the 18th, and then they play Michigan State on the 15th. So next week will tell us a tale.
Yeah.
Next week will tell us a tale for sure. If you hoop next week against none of them top 3 teams, all right. Yeah. You done something now, for real.
Right.
For real.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
We gonna see what come out of that. I think having this week off from not playing, I guess, if you look at it from that perspective, she probably should be back next week. So like you said, next week will tell us a lot about her situation, what she got going on. But that's a perfect segue into tonight's game. You mentioned Michigan. They had a big matchup against Ohio State tonight. They were up by like 13 at the half. They were turning the ball over in the first half. Ohio State pressures the ball. They're going to full court press you, speed you up a little bit.
Yeah.
But Michigan was knocking down threes in the first half. And then, the second half came. Ohio State got their poise, started hitting some shots, and turned things around and got the win. So big win on the road for Ohio State against a rival in Michigan. But Michigan's going to be tough, man. They have some tough freshmen. Solid sport. She's tough. I think she had a pretty quiet night overall tonight. But they had some other shooters out there shooting the ball. And then you got USC and Maryland also tonight going on right now. I think last I checked, USC was down by like 2 going into the second quarter. Not sure exactly where we stand at with that game right now, but I know Juju and Kiki both had 2 fouls in the first quarter.
At the half, it was let me go back. I'm sorry. Pulled it up right now. It was like 35-34 at the half, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 35-34 at the half. USC is up. So it'd be interesting to see how the rest of that game play ends, like you said. And on that Michigan and Ohio State game, man, I was looking at the rosters and looking at the scores and everything, man. McMahon's still there hooping out there for Ohio State. Got them girls looking good. Now, she wasn't even a leading scorer tonight. It was actually Cambridge.
Yeah,
Cambridge the freshman. 5'7" from Nashville, man. I wasn't really too familiar with her game. But I think she understands it now. But she's a bucket.
She got a sister on the team, so it's 2 of them on the team.
I see the Cambridge right here. Are they twins?
No. Yeah.
You're older. You're older than her.
Yeah, one of them a year older.
Okay, that's what's up, bro. Shout out. No, she wasn't hooping tonight for Michigan. But shout out Holloway. Shout out Mikaylah Holloway, man. She from the 704, man. She's from Charlotte.
Okay.
I forgot what high school she went to. I feel like I could be wrong. I don't want to be wrong though. I feel like somebody from my old high school went there. Nah, she went to Julius Chambers.
Okay.
Yeah. So she went to Julius Chambers. Was like, but man, it's dope to see somebody from 704 out there hooping now in college and Michigan. So shout out to her, man. Shout out to her. Keep hooping, keep doing your thing. Yeah, like you said, Michigan's gonna be tough. They're 10-5, but I think the conference play is on the way, and for them it started with this matchup, a big matchup for them in the conference. So they'll play each other again, if I'm not mistaken. So they'll be able to see what's up, and they got beat at home, so they got to take that same attitude on the road, man. If they got to go back to Ohio State.
And one note about Michigan too, like their losses, good losses.
Yeah,
they lost to Ohio State, lost to UCLA. They played South Carolina to start the season. Lost to them, and then they also lost to Oklahoma, and I think they have USC.
Okay.
All good losses against ranked teams. Like, but I think that goes to show as well, like the difference in talent. Like
Yeah,
Michigan can be ranked number 20, but they can't be the top 10 team in the country.
that's true.
Like,
That's true. We always talk about that disparity, man, in women's college basketball. Like you said, man, you got these teams be top 25, but you face the top 10 team, and it's like, oh, it was clear. It was very clear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just looked at Ohio State. I was like, them girls 16 up, but they're number 9 in the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you looking at some of these teams, like, okay. So like I said, man, it's gonna be interesting to see as the rest of the season progresses how these young women continue to hoop. And then once we get closer to conference tournament time and then regular tournament time, man, shoot, it's gonna be a time for real. But we'll get to that a little bit later on for sure.
facts. And then, last big matchup, got number 12 Kansas State against newly ranked number 22 Utah. We tapped into the little episode we had on Saturday when I recorded. I talked about how Utah was unranked, but they were right there knocking on the door. Now they're ranked. They're number 22 in the country, playing at home. Big matchup against Kansas State in the Big 12. They got to find a way to slow down Ayoka Lee. She's a big problem down low. So we're going to see if they have an answer for her down low. If not, I can see Kansas State pulling out this victory and staying atop the Big 12.
How tall is she, Ayoka?
I want to say she like 6'3", 6'4", bro. Like she got pretty good size.
Yeah. Look, like early they're holding her down. She's 2 for 6 from the field, got 4 points and a board. But they're also up 29-18. So they're getting help from other places currently. Like you said, man, Utah seems to be this young lady right here. Maya Torre. She is not tonight. She over 8 from the field.
Pass the ball, swing it.
Now she got 4 points and 4 boards, which means she didn't hit the free throw line. But my goodness, keep getting them boards and do something else. Because nice night, but shoot. Look at the rest of them team. Look at the rest of the team. The young lady 1 for 6, 2 for 5, 1 for 3, 1 for 3. They whole starting lineup is not shooting right now. Not shooting too well. So
they're 2-11 from 3 as a team. So
I'm going to call this L early. They're already down 11 in the second. So I'm going to call this L early on ESPN Plus. Shout out to Kansas State for your W tonight. So it's going to be really interesting, man, to see how like I said, the rest of this game goes. But I think I got a feeling how that one's going to go for the rest of that.
Writings on the wall, huh?
I'm telling you.
And then moving on to Thursday games, man. We got some good games on Thursday too, man.
Good matchups. Big Four.
Big Four. we gonna start there. LSU versus Tennessee. That's gonna be an interesting matchup right there.
It is. It really is, man. Because like I said, LSU 17-0, number 6 team in the country. Which I keep saying this, but like when I look at these records and Tennessee being 16, but they 13-1, and Ohio State being 16-0, and they number 9. So it's like this is crazy, like the way things are looking. But like you said, this is SEC conference play. So having Big Four come out there, she's hooping per usual. She's averaging 19, 6, and 2 this year, 50% from the field. So I mean, she's really been getting to the bucket a lot this year. And all her wins, she's really been getting after it. I'm not gonna lie, these stats are great. She just had 12 against Auburn. She had a double-double against Arkansas. She's had another double-double. Now, she hasn't played a lot of comp this season, I will say that. The one game that they did play against a ranked team was NC State, and she had 16 in that game. Yeah. But I think for me, when Big Four plays against comp, man, she rises up to the competition. You can't forget about my young girl, Anissa Morrow. She's a senior now. I think back to whenever she was a sophomore, whenever Angel first came on the scene, man. So to see her now, still doing her thing. She averaged 18 this year, 18 and 14 actually, a double-double, a bucket.
Double machine.
People sleep on Anissa Morrow, man. She's 6'1" from Chicago, locked in. I like her game a lot. Her and Big Four, I love them together on the court. I think Big Four is 6'2".
Yeah, she got good size.
Yeah. So both of them together are tough for me on the team. They pretty much leading the team in most categories besides blocks. They got a big down here, Samaya Smith, 6'2" from Texas. She's
coming off an injury too. So
okay. So like I said, man, it's gonna be interesting to see. I haven't really been following Tennessee too much. I know they got Cooper, Cooper. So Talasia, that's her name. Talasia
Mm-hmm.
Cooper. I know she's from South Carolina, but
She had transferred from South Carolina.
That's why I know her name. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes more sense. She gets into the bucket this year, 17. She averages 17, 5 and 3. So I mean she's hooping. So like you said, that's gonna be a good match. I'm gonna have to lock in with that one tomorrow before the college football playoff come on and see how that game looking. Because Big Four has something to say about that.
For sure. And Mikaylah Williams, like you said, Lisa Morrow. That's gonna be an interesting matchup because Tennessee likes to pressure the ball.
Bucket. My bad, Miss Williams. You're a bucket. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, if you really gotta follow this college game, it's so many women. That's a bucket, bro. That's a bucket. I'm gonna make this quick pitch to the W. Add more expansion teams. It's too many good young women that need to be on somebody's team next season. Yeah. It's too many of them. I done named like 10 already. I'm like, dang, she a senior. These women need to be on somebody's team next year. Don't get me wrong. I know the W gonna be a transition for them. He's a grown woman. Got Asia Wilson, the reigning MVP. She's like that. You know, everybody can't come in and step into that kind of atmosphere, that kind of pressure. However, these young women can hoop, man. So I'll make this quick pitch to W. We need more expansion teams. One specifically in the city of Charlotte. Please help me to help you to help me. This is my request to y'all. I'm gonna tag y'all in the comments and say at the W, please bring an expansion team to Charlotte. I want to see Big Four. I want to see Paige. I want to see Fudd. I want to see Miss Morrow. I want to see Talasia. I want to see somebody. Shoot, bring me Juju in a couple years. I'll wait. I'm patient. Bring me Juju in a couple years. I promise you. I need it. Help me. Support the W. I want to support women's sports. I need y'all to bring more expansion teams, please. There's too many good women in college right now that they don't need to be in Russia. They don't need to be in China. They keep them in the U.S., man. We got talent here. Let's keep them in house. Keep them in house, please. This is my pitch to y'all right now, please.
And shout out to the Unrivaled League, man. They starting up soon, man. They trying to keep players in America in the off season, so that's a good thing. 3-on-3 hoops. Tap in with them starting up in a week or two, right?
Yeah, it's coming real soon, man. Unrivaled. I'm excited to see how that works out, man. We gotta kind of talk about that maybe in a future episode, but it's really intriguing to see how that works out with these young women. And I like how they're also incorporating these young college women too, as well. I believe Paige has some stake in it. I think Juju just got some stake in it. Big Four got some stake in it. You know what I'm saying? So like they're incorporating these young women who they know are coming to the W in a few years or next year, and so it's really going to take off, I think. And then, like I said, the W has already taken off, and so you get these young women once again. Get them in the W. We got 12 spots on the team, and we got 13 teams in the W now. Was it 14? So
it's about to be 14 after next year.
We need 16 to 18 though teams in the W, man. Get these women in here so we can keep these women in the United States of America. Let them hoop here. I need to see it. Let me get
you. Still delivered by Kirby J.
Please, because. Yeah, that's a whole other topic. We can have a whole podcast about a WDZ fan more. But man, shoot, it's so many. Yeah. Let's keep going.
yeah. Back to that Tennessee game though. But like you were saying, Tennessee just got their first loss on Sunday against Oklahoma. That was their first loss of the season. So we're not gonna see any changes in the rankings yet. I think they release new rankings on Sundays. So depending on how this game goes against LSU, probably determine if they fall or if they kind of stay the same or move up in the rankings. But yeah, Tennessee's gonna pressure the ball. They're gonna try to turn you over. So Flage, Mikaylah Williams, Astir Poa, gotta take care of the ball. They gotta take care of the ball against Tennessee. Tennessee gets up and down the court, shoots a lot of threes.
Indeed.
They average 98 points per game. They just scored 86 against Oklahoma. So they can score the ball. And like you mentioned, LSU hasn't really played much of comp. They played NC State, but other than that, they ain't really played nobody. So this is gonna be a good test to see if LSU's for real, and to see if Tennessee can keep this style of play going in the SEC against a top tier opponent.
That's right.
LSU. So definitely keeping our eyes on that one. And then we got your North Carolina Finest, man.
Yes, sir.
Versus UNC.
Blue Bloods. Let's talk to them, man. It's crazy because I never considered Duke's women basketball a big thing, but apparently these young been hooping. They hooping.
Yeah.
They're 12-3, just like UNC is 13-3. So we got a 14 versus 19 matchup, and like I said, this might become. Nah, I can't say that just yet. That's way too early. Never mind. Let me not put that on the air. This will be a good matchup between Duke and UNC women's basketball. I think that these women are hooping, man. I'm looking at the stats right now. We got Miss Toby Fournier, freshman, man, 6'2" from Toronto, 12-4, with 57% shooting, 57% from the field. We got two seniors right behind her. Miss Reagan Richardson, 5'11" from Charlotte. Shout out to the Charlotte gang out here hooping in college. Yeah, Charlotte putting girls in college, man. And I don't know about the W yet, but they put them in college, man. They put them in college right now. They hooping. Shout out to the young lady from Charlotte hooping, man. She's a bucket, like you said, 12-2-2. Then they got one more young lady, Miss Ashlyn Jackson. She's 6 foot from Texas. Averaging 11-2-1, over 43% from the field. So that's been another good matchup to watch. I got 2 good games to watch tomorrow for me to get some film. I want to get some teaching tape for myself. So when I come back to y'all again, I got some more to say about these young women because, like I said, there's so many women hooping right now. They need somewhere to go. They seniors. But we'll talk about that a little bit later on. We got another match to go through.
Yeah, this Duke team is talented, man.
Yeah.
They pretty much returned the same team from last year that made the NCAA tournament. I think they low-key going to have a shot to win the ACC. Like, I know Notre Dame been hooping, but if it's a team that could possibly beat them, dude, they play defense, bro. Wow. They play defense. They lock up on defense. Now, Fournier, she missed the last game. She went down with a little injury. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly how long she's going to be out or if it's anything serious. Mm-hmm. But she was coming off the bench for them, so we'll see. But Reagan Richardson, bucket. She's a bucket. Ashlyn Jackson, going to defend, can score. Jaden Donovan, one of the most athletic players in the country. What she can do on both ends. Rebounding, I think she's leading them in rebounds. Just her physicality. They're gonna be tough.
Yeah.
This Duke team is starting to score a little bit better than previous seasons. So they're coming. Watch out for them.
February 17th. I just looked it up. They play Notre Dame, man. Can't wait to see that one. Circle that one. That's gonna be a good one. Man. They going to Notre Dame. Yeah, I'm gonna lock in. We locked in for that one for sure.
Yeah. So keep your eyes out on that matchup. USP. I assume Jaden Donovan is gonna be guarding the USP tomorrow for North Carolina. So we'll see who they decide to put on her, but they're definitely gonna have to slow down USP and force somebody else to beat them. And then another game, number 18, Alabama versus number 5, Texas. Texas, they got some dogs. Roy Harmon.
The dogs. Booker. Miss Booker.
Yeah. Booker. Tough. Yeah.
Bucky.
They got some dogs.
Getter.
And young. She only a sophomore.
Wearing that 3-5 like KD used to. Bucket getter. I don't think this Alabama it's gonna get ugly. I think they at the crib against Alabama.
Hey,
we talked about this disparity now.
Exactly.
We talked about this disparity. It's gonna get ugly. Get ugly. Hey, shout out that Coach Carter, man. Yeah. Shout out Coach Carter. But no, man, Booker, man, bucket getter. She averaging 14, 6, and 3 on the season, man. She is 49% from the field, man. Shout out to Taylor Jones. She 11-6, man. She's 6'4" from Texas. She's a senior this year. She's a bucket getter. Kayla Olacare. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your last name, young lady. 6'6", Madison, Ohio. Big junior. We're at 00. So, man, they really do got a good squad, man, for real. And they got some more players out here, man, that's really hooping and getting to it this season. So it's gonna get ugly quick. Like I said, Booker by herself is a bucket. I watched her against that Notre Dame game when they played them, and I was like, ooh, she's a bucket.
Hey, so I saw a post last week. I want to get your opinion on it, right? So the post, it said we have 6 super sophomores in women's basketball. How would you rank them?
Okay.
Who has the best pro potential? And it's Madison Booker.
Okay.
Audi Crooks from Iowa State.
Okay, Crooks. Yeah.
MiLaysia Fulwiley from South Carolina.
Malaysia.
Hidalgo. Juju. And Mikaylah Williams.
Mikaylah Williams. You LSU, right?
Yep.
Okay. Number 1. Dang. As of this season, number 1 got to be Hidalgo. Hannah is different.
Killing it.
She is now. She was hooping as a freshman, but Juju took over last year. But this season, Hannah is different. Miss Hidalgo.
Both ends.
Miss Hidalgo. Talk to me. You're a bucket, certified bucket getter. I mean, that's the dude on TikTok I used to watch. He said, get it out the net. And every time she be shooting that ball, they got to get it out the net because she is going in. It's going in. She number 1 for me. Pro potential-wise, I'm going to give her number 1. Now, it's a 1A, 1B because it's not even close to the 1B. It's Juju. Easy. Juju, you still a bucket. I don't care what they say about you. I don't care what kind of season you having. You always going to be a bucket in my book. I didn't see you hoop too much. You're a bucket getter, Miss Watkins, okay? People watch USC because they want to see Juju. I'm Miss Kiki. I'm not disrespecting you at all. But Juju is a bucket getter.
Ain't nobody here to see you, Otis.
No, I'm not going to disrespect her like that because she could be probably number 1 of my pick next year in the draft. But bucket getter. 1A, 1B. Hannah, and you got Juju right there. So you gave me Crooks, you gave me Milaysia, you gave me Williams, and I'm missing one.
Madison Booker. So give me 3. I'm gonna go Book. And I love guard play, y'all. That's why I'm going like this. Another bucket getter. She's close to a 1C. She's that good. She's that good. But I'm gonna put her at 2. Well, she's really 3. But I'm gonna put her at 2A right now because she's still a bucket. So I'm gonna go Book. I'm gonna go. MiLaysia been sleeping on me this season. I don't know what she got going on this year. I was going to ask you about that because I was looking and I said, now freshman MiLaysia, Miss Fulwiley, crazy handles, crazy takes. In this season, I looked at the stats and said, you're not being a bucket this year. And it saddened my heart because I believe in my heart that she's a bucket. I've seen her hoop too much in this past year. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a few factors with that, but finish your list and we'll
Okay. I'm gonna finish. Keep it. Okay. So I'm gonna go Crooks next. Then, since I can't put MiLaysia, I'm gonna go Crooks. I'm gonna go Williams, and I'm gonna go MiLaysia last. Crooks 6'3", but she's dominant. 6. She reminds me of a bigger Angel Reese. That's what she reminds me of because she can get the boards. She down low dominant. Nobody's stopping her in the post. It didn't matter who she was playing. Then they played who they played that I watched it. It was Iowa. They played Iowa and dominant. They lost the game, I think, but she was dominant down low. Some of Crooks, Williams. I told you about Williams earlier. She's a bucket in my book. And then I gotta put MiLaysia last because just this upcoming season in regards to pro potential, she gotta be last in this one. So that's my 6.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I think you can put them in any kind of order.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm a fan of Mikaylah Williams.
Okay.
So I probably would switch Mikaylah Williams with have her probably like 3rd. Okay. Madison Booker 4, Crooks 5.
Okay.
And then MiLaysia 6.
Okay.
That would probably just be my list, but
yeah.
Hannah Hidalgo's a dog. On both ends.
Both ends.
She only 5'6".
That's what I'm saying.
Smallest person on the court, playing like the biggest person on the court.
After no fear in her heart.
None. Fear. Want all the smoke.
And that's why she's number 1 on my list. That's why she's number 1 on my doggone list, right there.
Different.
This is the part we're gonna flip right here because I want to hear what y'all got to say about that list. But Hannah is a certified dog and a bucket getter. with no doubts about it. And there's no argument about it either. I really want to hear somebody's argument on that list of why she's not number one. Like I said, Juju, still a dog. Don't get me wrong. And that's why she's won. That's why she won B. Because Juju, I'm not going to disrespect you like that. Oh, no. I know you're a bucket getter. I know that. That's clear. But this season, in regards to super sophomores and pro potential, it's Hannah. It's Hannah. So
for sure. Now going back to this Milaysia thing, I think it's a few factors that go into it.
Okay.
One, I think that South Carolina is way deeper than they were last year.
Yeah.
They can play 10 before Ashlyn injury, 10, 11 players can play, and they can all go off and go crazy.
Yeah.
I think with Ashlyn going down, we'll probably see Milaysia probably get a few more minutes, spread around. We'll see. Not the same position, but minutes will free up.
For sure.
But also I think, and like this is like a social media topic too, of like Dawn Staley having her on a leash almost. So like even against Mississippi State the other day, Milaysia didn't play. Now, granted, Tessa had the high hand and she was scoring.
Yeah,
Milaysia barely played for real. Like she got in garbage time, but like those middle quarters, she was barely playing. Yeah. So I think that's a part of it too. Just going with whoever's hot at the time.
That makes sense.
Also, like I think she's playing like sped up almost. Like when she gets out there, it's like she's trying to do something instead of just letting the game come to her naturally. And I think sometimes that hurts her, playing too fast and trying to make a spectacular play instead of keeping it simple and letting the game come to her.
I can see that. I can see that being a big thing. I just looked it up again, man. She's third in the team in scoring this season. And like you said, because they're so deep, like you just mentioned, that makes sense that she's getting the reps that she's getting. I was looking back at at their games, and she would look like she was the hot hand against TCU. She had 20. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, like you said, you got to feed the hot hand, especially when your team is deep. It's easy for you to be top person on your team and always getting the most points. You know what I'm saying? When you're on a team like USC, and your team is deep like this, I get it. So she's still 6th on my list of super sophomores, but I understand the way you're playing right now. She's still a bucket. They don't take nothing away from her. She's still like that. So like I said, it's going to help them come tournament times, will help them come conference tournament times, will help them come their conference play time, because who you going to stop? You pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? So any given night. And that's the good thing about Dawn, is that she keeps any given night team. And regarding the comments with the leash, man, like you said, MiLaysia's young. She's a sophomore. So I think she's still learning some things. Yeah. Also, she also has had a year in the system, so it's almost time. If not time, because Pow leaving, Raven Johnson, she's a senior, so she's gonna be out. So
Bree Hall too.
Bree Hall, yeah. So it's time, Milaysia. If not now, it's gonna be never. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta lock in.
Do you think a situation like that could lead to her possibly transferring?
If she doesn't continue to get the looks that she wants. Because I think, like I said, the only thing holding her back currently is the young women in front of her that they're so deep. Like I said, next season, it doesn't matter who Dawn recruits.
Right.
You should have with 2 years under your system under your belt, you should be leading. As going into your junior season, and I know this is a very young season, so don't get me wrong, she still has plenty of time to continue to hoop, whatever. But going into next year, looking into the future, man, if you're not number one coming off, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and hooping and leading, she's probably running the one and getting after it. But she plays like she's really a 2, because she's looking for the shot more than she's looking, I think, the pass. I could be wrong, but from what I've seen from her, she's looking for more for her shot. She's averaging 1 assist a game, so I know she's looking to shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't looking to, you know what I'm saying, dish it. You feel me? Which is cool, but next season really gonna be your time. And I think you definitely have the opportunity to continue to contribute now and show Coach Dawn, like, take me off this leash that you got me on, if there is this leash that you have me on, because I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you got to show Coach that. So, like I said, USC has a deep tradition of having just talent, mostly at the big position. And so now she has the opportunity to change the narrative and say, you've created a dominant guard in me.
Yeah.
You know? So let's make it happen.
Dawn has already called her a generational talent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She did as a freshman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, which means she has the ultimate confidence in her. So I think that she's in the right place. So I think it will honestly be foolish for her to think of transferring. Because I think she's in the right place to grow. She's right there from Columbia, right at the crib, man. Stay there, grow under the best coach.
Yeah.
Right now in Dawn Staley, man. Like continue to be great, man. I don't foresee her falling off. While like not under the care of Dawn Staley. I want to see her game elevated even more. So
yeah. And speaking of South Carolina, they got a tough little stretch. They play Texas A&M tomorrow. They should take care of business at home. But after that, they have number 5 Texas, number 18 Alabama, number 10 Oklahoma, number 6 LSU, and number 16 Tennessee. That's all in the month of January.
Yeah.
So they got a tough stretch coming up, man. So
I'm to get after that. I told you that SEC basketball, man. It's time to get after it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let's get after it, girls. Let's get after it.
We gonna see who for real and who not.
Lace up them sneakers. Let's get after it.
Hope you ready to hoop.
True bucket getters to the floor, please.
Come to the front. We need you.
Yeah.
And just going down to SEC again, we got Tennessee.
Yeah.
They just play Oklahoma.
Yep.
They got LSU tomorrow. Number 6 LSU tomorrow. They got Arkansas. They should take care of Arkansas. They got Mississippi State. Mississippi State competed against South Carolina in the first half or the first quarter, and then South Carolina kind of took away.
Yeah.
So that game could be interesting. And then they got Vanderbilt, a young up-and-coming Vanderbilt team, 14-2. And then they play number 5 Texas, and then they get at home against number 2 South Carolina. So they got a tough little stretch coming up too. They're gonna be tested. We're gonna see if Tennessee is for real or not.
My. Yeah, I'm looking down at these teams, man. The SEC, they got some hooping to do in this month of January. Like you said, bro, this month of January is gonna be a lot of hoops in the SEC alone. I'm going down and looking at Texas, man. They got, like you said, they got South Carolina. They got Alabama here coming up. They got Maryland coming up in this month. They got Tennessee. So I mean, they got hoops, and then LSU. You know what I'm saying? They got South Carolina. They got Oklahoma. They already got Tennessee. We talked about them got Tennessee in a couple of days. So like, man, it's time to hoop. It's time to in the words of Mr. Hunter Clark, it's time to handle business.
Yes, sir. Gotta get straight to it, man.
It's time to see who really about it for real.
Yeah, we about to learn a lot about a lot of these teams coming up real soon, man. Hopefully everybody can stay healthy. No big injuries, no major injuries going on.
Yeah.
We can see the best basketball, man.
Indeed, man. I'm excited to see it, man. These young women are very talented. They are hooping out of their minds this year. Like I said, the young women I've been seeing who are supposed to be dogs, every time I watch them, they hoop. That's one thing I can say over, and I've told you about this before, but the rise of women's college basketball, I watch them when I watch men now. Like I don't find the men as entertaining as I find these young women, man. They really just be doing their thing. Like, people be kind of sleep on it because they don't be dunking and this and that. But, like, I think Ashlyn Watkins dunked this year. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know it's whatever. But, like, shoot, forget the dunking. These girls be hooping. They be dropping buckets. Get it out the net. Hannah Hidalgo, if you didn't watch her, you ain't watched the game yet for real. Because she's a certified bucket. You ain't watch Juju this year? You ain't watch nothing. She's a certified bucket. If you ain't watch Paige Beckers, you ain't watch nothing. She's a certified bucket getter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of good women hooping right now. Top talents will be in the W in the next couple of years, hooping, continuing to do their thing. So not only is it elevating now, man, but I'm excited for the future of the W because of the way that these young women are hooping right now. Like, I honestly, and I think about it, I look at the young women a lot of time in like spurts in regards to like who they are. But in the next 5 years, I'm looking at the W, all these girls I just named, at least the top 12, they can make their own teams. Expansion. Charlotte, I'm just saying, I can't do no more than what I'm doing. But you know, if y'all want to bring to Charlotte, man, I got a little $25 pitch in as a donor. You know what I'm saying? And I got my season ticket money ready, man. I would love to see Hannah in the city hooping. I would love to see Anissa Mar in the city hooping. I know Paige probably gonna hit up Cali and go to the Valkyrie, or actually she's going to Dallas. My bad. She's gonna be in Dallas next year. But shoot, I have to wait a couple years. I said I'm patient. I told you this. Let me get Juju. If we can start a franchise with Hannah or Juju, and I'll take the expensive draft. I'm content. I'm at the game watching Juju so happily, so peace with my feet off.
Hey, like that boy, what he saying, coincide.
Just like this, I know. Yes, ma'am. Go get a bucket, Miss Watkins, Miss Hannah Hidalgo. One of y'all. Come on. Y'all bring the team to Charlotte, man. We need it. The W wants to expand. They want to get better. They want to be more great. They want to be more well-known, man. Bring back this thing. Talk to me. Talk to me, man.
That boy gonna ride for his city.
I promise you. I promise you.
Number one Charlotte supporter.
Hey, I guarantee you, I'll be right there. And I already got 5 people behind me. I already talked to him. They said he right there behind me. So please, Commissioner of the W, hit my line. Herbie J. Jonathan, I might give my full government. Herbie J, reach out to our people and we'll connect. And you know what I'm saying? Let's lock in. Let's make this happen. You got too much talent. And they got to come into the W, and then somebody will have to lose their job. I don't worry about losing their job. Well, how lose their job when you create a brand new team? And you create more jobs.
Create more jobs. There you go.
More jobs. We love it. We love job creation. Come on now. Retention matters. I want to see all these women thrive. And there's too much good talent for them to let them have to go to China. I'm gonna leave it right there. It's too much good talent for them to have to go to China. That's enough.
Hey, you heard it here first. More W teams.
More W teams, man. We need it. We got all these college teams. And then we made a hooping. It would be different if all these college teams it wasn't enough talent in college. Yeah. I just named y'all 12 sophomores to seniors that are hooping. And I mean, they're not gonna stop hooping. So I mean, create the talent. You got time. Hannah's a sophomore. Mikaylah's a sophomore. MiLaysia's a sophomore. Juju's a sophomore. Booker's a sophomore. Crooks is a sophomore. I mean, and we got freshmen. Sarah Strong is a freshman. Come on. We got young women. We got Joyce. Joyce, she gonna be a bucket. Come on now. Young women are hooping, man. I think LSU a top recruit as a freshman. She gonna be tough. Miss the product. She gonna let her hoop. Let her hoop, man. Come on to the W. Talk. Bring us to the W. Please. You got 3 more years in you. Bring us to the W. I got some young women. Put this junk in the chat for them. We're gonna bring them on the pod too one day. I'm gonna ask them if they want to come to the pod. But it's too much talent out here, man. Too much talent. We gotta make room. Make room, please.
With that being said, man, what are you gonna be looking for in these next few days, next few weeks with women's basketball?
Yeah.
What you gonna be looking for, man?
Keep it short and sweet. Bucket getters. That's it. Bucket getters. That's it. Straight for the bucket getters. I mean, we know who they are. The stars are gonna be stars, I believe. Yeah. They can show up and they can ready to play. So that's what I'm looking for, man. Looking for the stars to be stars.
I hear that. I'm with you. Definitely gonna see if Notre Dame keep up this high level of play.
Yeah.
See if anybody can knock off UCLA because they're cooking right now. Like we said with South Carolina, they got a gauntlet coming up.
Yeah.
A lot of these SC teams gonna be beating up on one another.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see for real, man. We're gonna see, man. It should be some good basketball, some good hoops, some good buckets.
Indeed.
So we're gonna wrap it up with that. Anything else you would like to say before we get out of here, man?
Man, once again, appreciate y'all tapping into, man, the Winning Shot Pod. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your aunties, your cousins, everybody, man. I want everybody to enjoy the pod. Continue to comment, man. Please, I want to hear from y'all, hear what y'all got to say, especially on that top 6 list, man, we did on the sophomores. If you think we missed out on anybody that we're not talking about in women college sports, please highlight them. We want to talk about it, man. If they're hooping, And if they're not hooping, we're gonna talk to you about that too. We want to have constructive criticism. We want to have constructive conversation. So please let me know what y'all got to say. I want to hear from y'all. Hunter want to hear from y'all. Kyle want to hear from y'all, man. We love y'all here at the Winner Shot Pod. We thank y'all for continuing to be in the comments, continuing to repost videos and like them and all that you're already doing. Continue to do it, man. We want to continue to put out good content for y'all, and we will. We will. We got a lot of content to go through. Women's college basketball, we're a well-versed group of young men. College men's basketball, women's basketball, NFL, college football. We don't really do too much outside of that. But we can if need be. You know what I'm saying? We're going to lock in for y'all really and continue to do it. But we love it. We love the sports field. We love to talk about it, man. We love to bring y'all genuine information. We love to have these good debates. Y'all just keep tapping in with us. Keep rocking with us, man. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's good stuff right there. Like you said, man, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe, like, comment, talk with us, ask us questions. Like you said, if it's somebody we missing, let us know. We'll highlight them on the show. We'll do our due diligence. We'll do our research.
Facts.
And we'll come back ready. But appreciate y'all for tapping in with us, man. We're going to see y'all in the next episode.